finish with our Wim Hof breathing exercise. So if you haven't come across this practice before, Wim Hof is the name of a Dutch man in his 50s or 60s, who has popularized a breathing method, which, and also other practices. These methods are the same exercises that we use in throughout the yoga class that we've just done, but they are a very intense practice, a very intense version of the methods we've already been using. So I'm going to offer you guys 3 rounds of the practice. If you have done it before and you feel comfortable, then do all 3, of course. If you haven't, I would recommend just doing one and relaxing and digesting how your body feels after doing one round of the breath. The breathing exercise requires us to breathe in and out 30 times. At the end of the 30th breath, you breathe out very deeply and you hold your breath out for as long as you can. That's quite a hard practice, that one. It can be really challenging because our breath is controlled by our autonomic nervous system. Often the way that we breathe is controlled by the background in our mind. If we're feeling slightly stressed or aggravated or we have something weighing on our mind, it will limit our breath. So challenge yourself to very calmly hold your breath out. Challenge yourself to let go of those resistances and those stresses that we're holding on to in the subconscious mind. Then you take a big breath in, then you hold the breath in for 15 seconds. I'll talk you through the practice, but that's the exercise. We breathe in 3 parts like we did in the practice. You breathe belly, chest, throat, particularly into the upper parts of your lungs. So really lift your shoulders as you breathe in. Feel the breath moving all the way into the back of the chin. And then you breathe out very gently. You breathe out probably 40% or 30% of your lung capacity. We're over-oxygenating our lungs. That is the main focus of the practice. So take a few big breaths in and out. You've just been resting. Your breath will be very shallow anyway. So let's warm up the breath. You may notice that you're already having a resistance to this idea if you haven't done it before, even if you have. If there's something going on in your mind and somebody else tells you to breathe in a different way, it can be really triggering. Your subconscious will say, no, I'm breathing very safely and exactly what I'm doing now is all I need to do. So if your body does feel stressed and is resistant to this practice, don't worry, that's fine. But if you can challenge that and breathe deeper, then give it a go. Do a few more deep breaths. And take a few really big exhales like we did before. Blast the breath out. Okay. So your last big inhale and exhale. And then we'll begin. Breath number 1. Breathe into the belly, the chest, the throat. Breathe out gently. Second breath. Belly, chest, throat. Breathe out gently. Keep going. Speed up the pace of your breath a little bit. Keep breathing. I'm counting for you. You might sometimes get to a moment where you feel that it's very difficult to keep breathing in, like you're already completely full up with breath. If that's happening, take a slightly longer exhale on the next breath. 10 down, 20 to go. Keep moving your shoulders. Up and back on the inhale and slightly down and forwards on the exhale. Ten more breaths to go. And I might be breathing faster than you are. That is okay. Belly, chest, and throat. Last 5 breaths. Two more breaths. Last inhale. Exhale completely. When you get to the end of your breath, sit calmly and quietly and hold the breath out. Know that whenever you need to inhale, you can breathe in. Be calm and still for as long as you can. Whenever you do need to breathe in, take a full breath, top it all the way up to the throat, and hold for 15 seconds. When you're done, release your breath. Breathe easy. Sit with your eyes closed and digest. If you feel lightheaded, you can lie down. So what we've done in that practice is we've over-oxygenated the body with those 30 really big breaths, breathing far deeper than you would normally breathe. Then we've pressed reset on your parasympathetic nervous system and your sympathetic, the two prongs of your autonomic nervous system. We press reset on the parasympathetic for quite a while because we don't often spend much time in that part of our nervous system. It's responsible for healing and resting and digesting. The vagus nerve is part of your parasympathetic. We don't spend too long in the sympathetic because it's very stimulating. It's responsible for fight or flight mode, for releasing adrenaline. And we already spend a lot of time in that mode. So we don't need more time being stressed and stimulated. So if you'd like to join, we're going to do 2 more rounds of that practice. Listen to your body. If you want to rest, lie down and digest, by all means. Before we do the second round, let's take a big breath in and a big lasting exhale. Now we'll begin. Inhale, belly, chest, throat, gentle exhale. Keep going. Ten down, 20 to go. You might be feeling lightheaded. That's perfectly normal. Please continue if you can. 10 more breaths. Two more breaths. Last inhale, and then complete exhale. And hold out for as long as you can. Big inhale and hold for 15 seconds. You might already have done that. If you have, then relax. Whenever you're finished, pause and digest. Okay. We're going to go for our third round. Before we do, I'm going to do a bit of movement. You might want also just to do perhaps a bit of a twist or a stretch or something to even out any discomfort that you're picking up from sitting still. So this is a very strong practice. And if you have a strong reaction and you feel dizzy or you feel a bit overwhelmed, take a rest. Good. Right, let's prepare for our final round. Let's do one more big inhale and exhale. Begin. Belly, chest, throat. Exhale. Ten down, 20 to go. Ten last breaths. 3 more breaths. Last inhale. Complete exhale. When you finish, I would recommend that for a couple of moments you lie on your back. And digest the sensation. Allow your body to relax. Allow all those breathing muscles along the ribs and the shoulders that have been working so hard, allow them to relax as well. If you'd like to stay on your back and just digest for a bit longer, stay down. Otherwise, I'm just going to bring you into a seat so that you can take a few moments of gratitude. And you can do that lying down if you prefer. I like to bring my palms together and bow my head down and think of a few things I'm grateful for. Perhaps take a little further bow inwards to yourself, for your practice and your time and your work today.